Good morning, Unity of Savannah. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. We're so glad that y'all are here to celebrate Spirit with us this morning at Unity of Savannah. Reverend Dale is away unexpectedly this week, and we have our good friend that we haven't seen in a long time, Reverend Ed, all the way from Charleston, South Carolina. He's going to give us a powerful message this morning. You better believe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Unity of Savannah Choir. Where soul is welcome. Hey. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. But this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. Let's do joy. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. All right, love, one more time. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. That I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. I said the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away.
Welcome. Good morning. My name is Marguerite, and I serve on the board here at Unity of Savannah, which is a center for spiritual awakening, where we recognize God as life, love, and the ground of all being. And we celebrate God by living fully, loving lavishly, and being all that we can be. We'll begin our service this morning with a few moments of affirmative prayer, led by our guest, Reverend Ed.
Thank you, Marguerite. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to be with you this morning. So let's begin with a prayer. And we do as our co-founders stated, just feel after God as you understand God to be. Just feel after God, which is that joy and love that we just sang, that wisdom and intelligence. And at this time, we think about those this morning who are hurting in Western North Carolina. And we're already connected to them by the nature of spirit. And we send to them our love, our healing vibrations and prayers. And we see this entire Southeast region coming to their aid and assistance. and all who are affected by storms. That we come together in spirit. So just feel after God. It's the closest we can come to knowing the presence of God is with the word feeling. Feel that joy and love. Feel that wisdom and intelligence that are deeply embedded in all of us. And we go forward this morning in our oneness to celebrate, to heal, and to feel God's presence within and all around us and all over us and all through us and throughout this sanctuary and throughout Savannah, across the globe. And so it is. And so we let it be. And let the church say, Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Ed. So we want to give a warm welcome to Reverend Ed, who has traveled all the way from Charleston to grace us with his presence. He is a spiritual powerhouse, a longtime Unity minister.
And Mr.
And he will be delivering the message today, and we are so grateful for him. Thank you, Ed. Let us affirm our vision, mission, and purpose statements together. Our vision together: we connect through the energy of joy and oneness. Our mission: we embrace a positive, loving, and uplifting approach to spirituality. Our purpose: we are an inclusive spiritual community. If you're serving as a member of our prayer team, would you please stand? Our prayer team is here to hold sacred space, to listen lovingly to your prayer intention, to pray affirmatively and from the heart, and to hold in confidence what is shared. If you would like an individual prayer today, Lydia will be available in the sanctuary to pray with you after the service. Thank you, Lydia. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Here it is. Are you gonna read it? Oh. Today we light the Christ candle for joy, and Kim will read it. Thank you, Kim.
Today we light the Christ candle for joy. I rejoice in life's simple pleasures, life's biggest moments, weddings, births, graduations, celebrations of all kinds are cause for joy. But joy is also found in life's simpler moments, the day-to-day happenings that comprise daily living. Joy is in the sunrise, in my morning prayer, in the familiar faces I love and look forward to seeing, in the satisfaction I get from my work. It is in my favorite things and in the sweet surprises that come from trying something new and different. Joy is in the comfort I find in my favorite spiritual practices and in finding God anew as I deepen in spiritual insight. However it manifests, joy is part of me, a way to feel the peace and power of God in my heart and deep in my soul. And from Chronicle 1:29-22, and they ate and drank before the Lord on the day with great joy. And if you will affirm with me, I rejoice in life's simple pleasure.
I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always here. And every thought becomes a prayer.
The power of now. This present moment. That's all there is. That's all there ever is the now moment. And it is in the now moment where spirit resides. We can't make each other feel this moment. It's up to us. To not just know the presence of spirit, but to feel it in our heart, mind, and soul, as your mission statement says, the ground of our being, the very essence of who we are. And right here and now, we are connected with all the souls around the world, praying and meditating in their own way. Imagine that. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people at this moment, in unison, praying and meditating for the betterment of humankind, for the betterment of Mother Earth, for the betterment of each individual's life. We are all truly connected on a quantum spiritual level. And the thoughts and vibrations we think and feel affect others around the world. So let us send forth, let us be pure love, intelligence, and wisdom. For that is the essence of who and what we are. And this is how we can, from a spiritual point of view, make the world a better place. May we heal this morning. So that we can come to know more fully and richly the infinite love, infinite wisdom, and infinite intelligence that is in all of us. And for my money, there's no better place to be those pure qualities than in the silence.
I met you on a corner, would I know you as you are? Would I take you for a stranger and brush past you in the door? If you called me, would I hear you, or would I walk away too soon? If I linger for a moment, would I see myself in you? If I fought you as a soldier, if I had you in my sights, would you ask me to remember who imagined I was right? If you witnessed my surrender, do I know what I would do? And if you held me like my brother, would I see myself in you? Well, I dream my end was near. I was almost gone. If I dream that dream from here, can I still come home? If you called me, would I hear you? Do I know what I would do? If you held me like my father, would I see myself in you? If you held me like my mother, would I see myself in you?
Georgia, Kyle, you nailed it.
That's a song by Tom Kimmel, one of my favorite writers.
Yeah, very
Just
well.
for you, Reverend.
Thank you. It does fit in very well with the talk today. Is the volume okay? Can I speak up like this? Is this okay?
We hear you.
All right, you can hear okay. The second of our principles, second of our unity principles, that there is within us a spark of the divine, and can we see that in ourselves, and can we see it in another? And the topic of the message this morning is something I'm very passionate about, is that nobody right and nobody wrong. And we have a video, thanks to John back there and the crew. The title of this song the title of the talk comes from a song called Nobody Right, Nobody Wrong by Michael Franti and Spearhead. And so they were good enough to get not just the audio, but the video. So play away, please.
got to choose your side, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong. It ended in a great big fight, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong. Conflict each and every day, at home and in the streets and in my soul in every way. It's hard to keep the faith and I feel so far away. Times I feel connected, times I'm running away. But whoa, whoa, can't you see all the sickness, hunger, and poverty? War on the land and a war in the seas. And whoa, war is a painful thing, but the one argument none of us can't hide is the one that's raging down deep inside. Trying to make a point behind the last word, but most of the time people just trying to be heard. So you got to choose your side, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong, nobody right now. It ended in a great big fight, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong. Well, I say, how many people never ever broke a rule, and how many people trying to get their kids to school, and how many people pray they only find a job, and how many people are afraid of getting robbed. Whoa, whoa, nobody knows, and whoa, whoa, only God knows. Numbers escalate, Wall Street crime rate, from the Baghdad streets to my city by the bay. Hey, say you got to choose your side, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong, nobody right now. It ended in a great big fight, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong. And I say, can you say what you mean?
Can you say what you
Can
mean?
you mean what you mean? What
Can
you
you
say?
mean what you
Say
say?
what you mean.
Can you say what you mean?
Mean what you mean? What
Can
you
you
say?
mean what you
Can you
say?
say what you mean?
Can you say what you mean?
mean what you mean? What
Can
you
you
say?
mean what you say?
Say what you mean. Whoa, whoa, ho. Reach out a hand to somebody needs a hand, and reach out a heart to somebody torn apart. It's hard, this living, this life we've been given, locked in your soul or locked up in prison. Remember, you've got to reach high to be risen. And the day you let go is the day you are forgiven. So they say you got to choose your side, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong. It ended in a great big fight, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong. And I say, they say you got to choose your side, and when it's done, nobody right, nobody wrong. Nobody right, nobody wrong. And I say, one man got a jet fighter, and the other got a song. Nobody right, nobody wrong.
One man got a jet fighter, another got a song. I love that last line that they sing. So, what is difficult for me is the polarization that exists. And I'm still working, I've been working on this for years. myself. And just yesterday, I was reminded again, because I teach what I need to learn, that I have to work on this stuff constantly. So I'm in the car with my boy and his girlfriend, and all the political signs are out, right? And he says, I think I'm voting for that guy. I said, no, you're not. You are not going to vote for that guy. And it was a local election. It wasn't the national one. And I said, you are not. And I'm like, holy moly. What did I just do? I mean, I've given this lesson on a few different times, and I've been working on it ever since I've read the work of Eckhart Tolle, who talks about, I'm paraphrasing what he says here, but if you take away anything today from this message, let this be it. That the need to be right is a form of violence that we inflict on another and ultimately back at ourselves. The need or the want to be right is a form of violence that we inflict on others and ultimately back at ourselves. Doesn't mean we can't be right. We may be right. The position we have may be just, may be correct, whatever those mean, right? They may be. But one of the most fruitless things we can ever endeavor to do is to try to convince another person or change their mind. Not that it can't be done, it can be done. But we inflict suffering on another when we have to be right. It is not a physical suffering, it is not an emotional, unless we're being mean about it, like, abusive, emotionally. It's a mental form of violence, which is just as hard to deal with. And that I inflicted on my son yesterday, and we figured out that wasn't even the guy he was talking about. It was somebody totally different. And there I was, inflicting mental violence on my son. Nobody right, nobody wrong. So when I was, my mother-in-law and father-in-law are here today, Del and Bob, and Del honored me greatly with writing a book about my brother and me. I went to Spain to get my brother a few years ago because he was spiraling down with addiction and dementia and depression. So I brought him back, and it was a journey. And so in writing the book, I realized through Del what a fighter I was as a kid. I physically fought in the neighborhood. I was just a terror. This little spiritual boy who went to church, was proud that he went to church almost every single day of the week. I was an altar boy. And there I was in the neighborhood picking fights. And more times than not, lost. Chris McClellan got me. One time he got me so bad in the field that I had to have another one of my enemies come and rescue me. He actually pulled Chris off because Chris had me knocked out. I was a fighter, and it was all over pride and ego and the need to be right. I didn't even want my sister to date, this was in 8th grade, to date a nice boy, Kurt Hatfield. So he and I got into one of those fights on school property where everybody starts gathering around and they're cheering, and the nuns didn't even come to break it up. The teachers didn't come. And we were battered. That was a draw. But it was because I didn't want him to date my sister. The need to be right is a form of violence. There it was physical that we inflict on another And that ultimately, what did it do? It came back to me. I was battered. Not beneficial, not helpful. So it's one thing to be right, as I said, but quite another to have to be right or to need to be right. And none of this is to say that we should not act. I was with a friend of mine in Charleston, and my boy called up. I have two boys. Joseph called up while I was talking to my friend, and who's a very wise man. And Joseph said, "McKeever, what are we supposed to do about the national scene right now?" And McKeever says, well, in his Charleston voice, I can't imitate it very well. Well, your father and I, we're going to eat fried shrimp. We're going to go vote on November 5th, and then we're going to eat some more fried shrimp. And the lesson in that was to just lighten up. Lighten up on this need to be right, to lighten up. And again, I'm teaching myself this too. I'm reminding myself of this. It's so hard right now in so many ways, isn't it? So why is this need to be right so strong in us? It's because, in my opinion, we have over-identified. It's okay to identify with something, but we have over-identified with a group or a position. And in over-identifying with it, we can become so attached to our view that we end up causing suffering. And it's like when somebody becomes overly attached to a person, right? It feels bad. It doesn't feel healthy. And so that identification ends up hurting the situation. Some people will say, well, Ed, you sound like you're surrendering. We mentioned surrender earlier. Somebody mentioned surrender earlier. And surrender is the strongest thing that we can do spiritually, in my opinion. And it means acceptance. If you don't like the word surrender, it means acceptance. It does not mean resignation. We still go out and act. But what it means when we can accept, again, no matter how right we may be and wrong they may be, when we can accept what is, then we're on the right track. You know, there's that definition of insanity, expecting the same thing over and over to happen, and it just keeps happening, right? Well, mine is fighting what is. When we can't accept what is, that's insane. And we cause ourselves pain. And we cause possibly another pain then too. So surrender does not mean resignation. So how can we apply our 5 unity principles here? The first principle is there is only one presence, one intelligence, one wisdom, one love in the universe, right? And we know and affirm this morning, all of us collectively, this collective mindset right here, we affirm that there is that one presence, one power, one intelligence, one love and wisdom in this polarization thing in our country. And it is so. As we say, Kyle's saying, seeing the good in another, and it starts with seeing the good in ourselves so that we can see that good in the other. And that what thoughts are we thinking? Because what we think is what's going to manifest in reality, right? So what kind of thoughts are we thinking about our country? What kind of thoughts are we thinking about the world? Not that we shouldn't be aware of what's wrong in the world, but let's be mindful of our thinking and with the energy we're putting behind those thoughts, because that will manifest, will it not? And then prayer and meditation. How are we praying and meditating through this time? How are we looking at ourselves? How are we praying affirmatively that there is this one presence and one power and intelligence and love and wisdom in the world, God the good. Thich Nhat Hanh is a great Zen monk, as many of you know. How many are familiar with Thich Nhat Hanh? Yeah, he's, the Plum Village tradition. I attend a Thich Nhat Hanh Sangha in Charleston. And they have a wonderful, wonderful, I left my phone there. So one of the ways that Thich Nhat Hanh's tradition blessed me with regard to this need to be right is they have 14 mindfulness trainings, training yourself to be mindful. And the first 3 have to do with the need to be right. So this came about because, as many of you may know, he's from Vietnam. And we all know the Viet Cong did bad things to them, and the Americans did that bad things to them. And his thing was, don't take sides to his village people. Don't take sides. Don't like war, protest the war, but don't take sides. And that's how he was able to protest the war. So these mindfulness trainings are amazing. And if you would like, I can send you, oh boy, where are they? I had them up, so I wouldn't have to put you guys through this. Thank you, yes. Yay. Margarita, good job. I had them up. What happened to them? It is. I know them by heart, but I wanted to read to you the 3 mindfulness trainings, and I do this now every time I go into a voting booth. Okay? Openness to other ways of thinking. Freedom of thought. Everybody has the freedom to think as they wish. And being unattached to my views. Being unattached to the outcomes. And in these, Thich Nhat Hanh says, we're so unattached that even, all right. We're so unattached that even Buddhist ones think critically about them. Don't ever take what I say or what the Pope says or maybe what Kyle says, but or Dale or Charles Fillmore or Thich Nhat Hanh. Always think for yourself. Any politician, think for yourself. Always. Your truth is in here. You don't need somebody to tell you the truth. I don't need to tell you. Now, the weird thing is Dr. Emily Cady, who wrote Lessons in Truth, many of you may know that great book, she says in there, don't read many books. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's trying to make a point that the intellect only goes so far, But I had to read a book, though, to find that out. And so there's a place for the intellect, but we can't get too wrapped up in it and have somebody else tell us what to think and just be blindly accepting. So here is the first mindfulness training. It's just a paragraph, openness. And again, if you would like these, please see me afterward or just Google 14 mindfulness trainings tonight and you can look at them. Aware of the suffering created by intolerance. So there you go. Aware of the suffering we're creating when we think like this, when we act like this. We are determined not to be idolatrous about or bound to any doctrine, theory, ideology, even Buddhist ones. We are committed to seeing the Buddhist teachings as a guiding means that help us learn to look deeply and develop understanding and compassion. They are not doctrines to fight or kill for. We understand that fanaticism in its many forms is the result of perceiving things in a dualistic manner. We will train ourselves to look at everything with openness and the insight of interbeing or oneness in order to transform dogmatism and violence in ourselves and the world. And then there's the next two about non-attachment to views and freedom of thought. And when I got out of the last voting booth election, I had to practice non-attachment to views because my guy lost, you know? But that's these principles, these trainings helped me with that. Just as I got to meet the new guy, and because I do interfaith work in Charleston, and he's a perfectly nice, reasonable, accepting man. And I was like, oh, see, we come in with these notions about somebody. We're not seeing the good in them, as Kyle's saying for us, and it's all preconceived. It's not even true. We make up these stories, and so the polarization just keeps happening. See the good in those gosh dang Democrats. See the good in those gosh dang Republicans, those libertarians, those socialists, those whatever, because they're all good. Dell has a neighbor, she and I were talking this morning, who is just a wonderful one. She has helped Dell and Bob out tremendously up in Michigan. And I said, well, what do you think his politics are? She says, I don't want to know, because he's too great of a guy. But if he is politics are other than what we espouse, so what? He's a perfect example of somebody who's good to the core. Good to the core, because we all are. That's what we teach. That's what Unity's second principle is all about. And so it's not just what we teach, but it's what Jesus taught. In the biblical scholarship that I have read, these scholars tried to come up with the top three things that Jesus for sure said. All right? Number one was turn the other cheek. Number two was love your enemies. And number three were the Beatitudes. Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the meek. Those were the top ones that they are like almost absolutely sure he said. And that speaks a lot about this intolerance thing, this polarization that we have. If we can adopt that mindset, we can be accepting of another person. We don't have to agree with them. We can agree to disagree, but we can be accepting and let love rule the day. So my prayer over the next, not just 30 days, but even well after the election, is that we can love one another, practice the greatest commandments, that we have an openness of heart and mind, stay true to our convictions, but have an openness of heart and mind, because that's what I believe. Love always wins, right? Three things endure: faith, hope, and love. And which one always lasts is love. And so it is. So we let it be. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Ed. Thanks for coming all the way down from Charleston.
Wow, it's up there. Good job back there.
And on short notice, too. We have a little ditty that we used to play all the time, and we haven't done it in a while, I don't think. So we thought we'd do this morning. As soon as I found out that you were coming, what else am I going to play, I woke up this morning, to the rising sun. There were three little birds outside my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melody soft and sure. This is our message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Yeah, I woke up this morning, oh, to the rising sun. There were 3 little birds outside my doorstep. They were singing sweet songs, melodies soft and true. Yeah. This is our message to you. I don't know if y'all ever noticed, but we have got the best rhythm section in town going on up in here on Sunday morning, and we're going to show them off a little bit for you this morning. Y'all have a good time back there. Nate and Mr. Bob. About a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I said, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing it's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. This is our message to you.
How about that Spirit I Am band? Woo! Well, love the message of tolerance today. Thank you, Reverend Ed, for that. And thank you for tying in the unity principles. And we're going to go over them again right now. Let's affirm together our 5 unity principles. Together, our very first one, God is all there is. Our second principle, we are all that God is. And the law of mind action, our third principle, Thoughts plus feelings equal outcome. Where's the drum roll for that one now? And our fourth principle, a power in affirmative prayer and meditation. And our fifth principle, we must live the truth we know. We must live it because we are living it. So now we do have an opportunity to make a financial donation to Unity. If you feel spiritually fed and you want to give some money here, you may. And if you don't feel like it, it's an opportunity, not an obligation. The bowls will be coming around. We've got an iPad in the back. We've got a donate button on the website. When the bowl comes around, give it a blessing with your intention. Remember the law of circulation. What goes around comes around. To give is to receive.
I am thankful, so grateful in this moment right now. I am thankful, so grateful right here, right now. I am thankful, so grateful in this moment right now. I am thankful, so grateful right here, right now.
Mother, Father, God, Great Spirit indwelling all of us, pure love, essence of infinite intelligence, we are so grateful, grateful to be one in love, in spirit with all life. And we are grateful for all of the donations today and all the blessings in our lives. And together, we affirm together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
I am thankful, so grateful in this moment right now. I am thankful, so grateful right here, right now. Thank you all again so much for coming and celebrating with us this morning at Unity of Savannah. We just are so happy that you came to be with us this morning. Reverend Dale will be back with us next week. I want to thank you again, Reverend Ed, for coming all the way from Charleston this morning. And Will and hopefully they went to get the kids. Did somebody go get the kids? Because it's time now to stand up and make a circle and sing our song. I'm thinking that some things got postponed, but we will, guaranteed. There they are. We got the kids? Okay. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace it was meant to be. With earth as our mother, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.